we're getting the most Pinteresty we've ever been because today I'm going to teach you how I installed these DIY iron pipe shelves into Paul's office. For one of the tall pipe fixtures that you see, I'm going to use 3 of these iron pipe tees, 2 floor flanges, 1 90-degree elbow, and then in total for the longer pipes, I'm gonna have 4 10-inch pieces, which are actually going to be holding the shelves themselves. And then for like the length of the shelves, I got 2 18-inch pieces and 2 24, because I thought I would offset the shelves, but it definitely didn't work how I wanted it to, but it still looked cool. All of my fixtures that you see here are a 1/2 inch, but you can change that depending on the look that you want. Again, the length of the pipe is going to depend on the height of your wall. So for me, I'm starting out with a 24-inch piece and adding a T to it to connect an 18-inch piece. After I added that 18-inch piece, I'm going to connect it with a T, and the reason that we're connecting the T is because those 10-inch pieces are going to go into the open hole, creating the braces for the shelves. I repeated that once more with my second 24-inch piece and then my second 18-inch piece. For the shelving unit to connect to the floor, you want to add a floor flange to one side, but then to the top part, you want to add your 90-degree elbow because that's going to attach it to the wall, because we are going to start adding our 10-inch pieces to all the little open holes that we have running down the pole with the T's. For this little part that's going to connect to the wall, you want to add your second floor flange to the end of that 10-inch pipe. You are going to repeat this process to use as many as necessary to support the wood the proper way for your size of wall. For me, I just needed to repeat this process 3 more times to have 4 of these bone-looking structures in order to hang up my shelves properly. While making over Paul's office, I really wanted to utilize this corner space because I'll show you in the actual office makeover, it was such a drag and made the room look really small. So this is perfect for this little area. Before hanging it up, I did go through and measure to make sure that all of these were the same distance apart prior to putting them up on the wall, screwing them in, and then realizing they are not. You can also use a wrench, which I did off camera because I thought about it after the fact, to tighten if it gets a little too tight by hand. It never works out like this for me, but where I needed to hang these pipe braces, essentially, I hit a stud every time, which is awesome. But if you don't have a stud where you need to hang them, make sure you are securing your screws with the drywall anchors prior to screwing it directly into the wall. Even though I did double check and make sure the measurements were equal on my piping, because I was installing this onto carpet, I really want to quadruple check that they are level prior to drilling it in, because that way when you step back, your wood isn't wonky and uneven. I scooted the pipe over until it was level. I got some common board and got it cut at my local Home Depot, and I stained it with a dark walnut stain and then shellacked it. I've done this many times on my channel, so I'll link a woodworking playlist for you if you want to learn more how to do that. But like I said, you can get the wood pre-cut, so if you don't have power tools on hand, don't worry about it. You can paint these or stain them whatever color it matches. Where you see that longer piece connecting to the wall, you can see there isn't an iron little brace there towards the end because it's like tucked in that corner. I just used 90-degree little brackets and secured them and made sure that they were wonky and that weight wouldn't tip them over to the right. Thank goodness I had a lot of tall decor, a lot of decor with height to it, because when I stepped back and realized I didn't do my math right, I was way too irritated to take this down and make it look more even. So I just worked with what I had. And Paul has collected so much throughout the years that there are just so many cool pieces to choose and pull from, so I didn't need to shop too much for his space besides for the shelving. Paul actually called me out for not securing it into the floor, so I did so per his request just by screwing it directly into it. I hope that you guys enjoyed my take on the DIY iron pipe shelving. I am truly surprised at how great it looked, even though I messed up on the measurements just a bit. But when you are creating this, make sure that you are creating it for your space and you are decorating for your space. Do not decorate for the gram or social media. Making it special and adding those little tiny pieces that no one else has, like a flying pig from Home Goods that you can get right now because it's incredible, that's what makes it. Thank you so much for watching if you have made it all the way through. I do want to give you an update. I don't want to promise I'm going to be posting 2 times a week while I'm in Paris, but I will try my best to post once a week, and hopefully they're DIY related. I'm trying to get that content ready before I leave on Monday. But I do have a fun DIY pet video coming for you Sunday. I'll see you then.